Alright, so let's assemble our bridge inside the fixture and make sure everything's fitting correctly. So we'll go up to File, New, Assembly. Here we can choose our file to bring in, so let's choose the bridge fixture. And of course this will be brought in and fixed in position automatically because it's our first component in the assembly. If we want to unfix it, we can right click and select float, but I'll leave that for now. Let's go back into Insert Components and we'll bring in our bridge assembly. And now once again we can use our MIET features to assemble the components. So we'll select MIET and let's select this flat face here, and now we want to go and choose the ledge of our fixture. That's going to align that, and now we can select the radius on this corner and then select the back face, and that's going to make it tangent. Cool. And now we need to align this in the middle, so we can just do that by eye if we want to, because this position's not super critical. So we'll select Move Component and we'll just drag our bridge across. Alternatively, we can even just mate this surface and this together, so let's just do that. And now our bridge is installed in the fixture, and we can see that the height is pretty good. We're right on the mark there, and our bridge, well, because we made it on this side, we have a bit of a problem with our tangent mate, so we can fix that. We can see it's phased through our fixture, so let's go into our tree and we can find mates, find the tangent, and we're going to edit the feature, and we can change the mate alignment, so that's going to bring it back out. Great, so it's a bit hard to see in there, so what we'll do is we'll come up here and select the section view, and here we can select which plane we want to view. So let's just do the front plane and we'll drag this across, and now we can see our part. So let's do it about there. Okay, so now we can see how our part fits. Our bridge here fits very well, of course. So this would essentially be your pin joint in your free body diagram, and on this side you'd have your roller. Now looking at this, it's a bit short, so we can actually measure the gap inside here. Okay, maybe we have to take it out of our section view first. Measure the surface in here to our back surface, and in this little box here we can select how to measure it. So let's measure the minimum distance, so that will take, instead of taking the center of the circle to the face, we want the outside circumference of the circle. So minimum distance, and we can see that that's around 8 millimeters. Now for tolerancing purposes, well, in a perfect world, the gap between this part and this part is 385. That's in a perfect world, and in reality it won't quite be 385. It might be 385.1 or 384.8. So we need to account for that tolerance. And so if we make our bridge exactly 385 long, then it's possible that it won't actually fit. So we should make our bridge span slightly less. And looking at what we measured before, the gap in here was about 8 mil. So I think that's a bit too much of a gap. So let's go back into our truss bridge. So we'll go into the bridge base, and now we'll go back into our base flange in this sketch that we did, and we'll click edit. And now we can change our dimensions. So our bridge was 8 mil too short. So let's go 385 plus, let's go with +7. And that way we've left a 0.5 millimeter gap on each side. And now we'll click our blue arrow, and we have a bit of an error. So let's try and fix this. So what's happened is dimension in here has had some issues. So here we've defined this 10 millimeters a bit incorrectly. So let's delete this dimension, and we'll just come and redefine that. Exit that, and we're all good. No more warnings. So let's go ahead and save this. And now we'll go back into our assembly, and yes, we want to update this. So that's moved, and we can take our measurement again, but already we can see that's really close. So we're looking at 1.17 millimeters. So I'm happy with that. That'll give us a bit of room for tolerancing. And we can also see that our parts that we created updated. So those holes we did had moved position, and so our reinforcement beams have automatically updated and realigned to the holes, which is very, very convenient. Now, having a look at our fixture, everything's in place. What we'll do is we'll go into our bridge fixture here in the timeline, and we want to find this piece. So this is the fixture itself. So let's right click that and go to hide components. So now we can have a good look at the build volume and our truss, and we can see that our truss is inside the build volume completely. Doesn't go out of it at all, and so we're happy. If we're happy with that, we can go ahead and create the DXF files for laser cutting, or we can go back into our parts and make some more adjustments. Maybe we can add some more holes and increase the number of reinforcement members or what have you. So in the next video we'll look at creating those DXF files for laser cutting. So I'll see you there.